today's video I will tear down my laptop. So this is my laptop. This is HP NV laptop. It's like probably 2-3 years old. This laptop, yeah, almost like more than 2 years. It's so we'll tear down this one and see what are the parts inside it, and we'll see. Uh, so you can see this is my laptop configuration. I don't know whether you can see. So it's like Intel i7 processor, installed RAM 16 GB RAM, and so it's like Windows 10 laptop. We'll tear down and see what are the things inside this laptop. So please don't try to do it at home, because if you do it, your warranty won't cover it. So it's like almost like 2 year, more than 2 year. It doesn't have any warranty. That's why we are planning to tear down it and see. So if you are not expert, please don't do it at home with your laptop. So tear down it and then see what's inside it. So let's see. For my, it's my first time to see the tear down my laptop. So let's do it. So this is the back panel of the laptop, right?
Yes, and this is how you get access to the internals of the laptop. So I will use a screwdriver. This one I use to open all the screws that we have on the back panel, and as you can see, I am also going to use this black tool, which is a magnetic tool, which I use just to keep track of all my screws as I unscrew them, so that I don't lose one of them, or
because they are so tiny.
They're so tiny, yeah. So this is a handy tool, so that you can use any kind of magnet, but I use this tool. And if you see, I'm just getting started with a couple of screws, and that's pretty much it. Now next, I think let's see how things progress as we keep opening those screws. So I think these are the screws. Then this is I'm trying to open the battery.
We are also replaced the battery recently, right?
Yeah. The original battery, it came to the end of its life, and we had to buy a new one. But it was not that hard. So you can just replace the battery like this. Remove the battery and then replace it. Buy a new one. So the thing to remember here is behind the battery cover, behind the below the battery, you have almost 8 small screws. So you have to take those out to get access or remove the back panel. So now this one is a protective cover where you get access to the hard disk and the memory module, and if you want to replace your network card. So the white one is a network card, and the blue one is your hard disk, and the black covering, as you can see, that's the memory module. So the laptop came with a traditional 5400 RPM mechanical hard drive. I upgraded it to SSD, which is kind of okay. It's not the fastest, but this is so far so good. It's working fine without any issues. Next to the hard drive, we'll show you the memory module. Yeah, that one is the memory module. So the memory module right now, it have 2 memory cards I have put. Each one is 8 gig. So you can replace your memory card or upgrade your memory card by doing this process and getting access to the memory modules. And below the memory module, that's the white section, which is the area where you can replace your wireless, because sometimes the old laptops come with only 2.4 gigahertz support wireless Wi-Fi module, but later you can upgrade it to have AC, which supports 2.4 as well as 5.0 gigahertz wireless communication. So that's what it is. You can access it to upgrade it. In fact, I think I have upgraded the wireless module also to support 5.0 gigahertz. because the one that came with the laptop did not support 5.0, and that's called the wireless AC version. So I upgraded it, so that's how you can do it. So we'll go through the process and remove more screws and finally completely open the back panel. So stay tuned.
So what is this one?
So here I'm trying to open the laptop after removing some of the screws. By this time, I did not know that if that's all the screws or I need more screws to open. So as I progress through the process, I'm just opening one screw at a time. So now I'm opening some of the screws that are hiding below the battery cover, right?
Oh.
So I'm opening some more screws which I identified.
Mm-hmm.
So these are all the screws that anyways you have to open, right? So
So
yeah, those color was like kind of matching to black color, and it was completely hidden. So I was just not. So as I spot them, I'm trying to open those. That's what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm. Oh, so this is like a very tiny screwdriver. Not tiny, like the nib was like very tiny, right?
Yeah, and they have different kind of screws, like different what do you call numbers. Like some are like little taller, some are little short. So three kinds of screws that you will come across
To use.
yeah, during this, and this is probably the area from where you can start opening it up after getting all the screws out. Okay, so I'm trying. As I try, I saw that there is still sticking somewhere, so
Oh, okay.
I can cut this.
So now this is the hard disk, I think, right?
Yeah, I mean, as I go through the process, I'm just exploring where is the hidden screws, because the back panel is still not coming up. So I'm not able to remove the back panel because some more screws are there. So I will try to open the hard disk and see if there are any screws hiding below it.
Oh, so what is this one? This is like a kind of the knife type thing.
It's like a metallic prying tool where you can use it to help open it to suppressor stuff, right? It's a prying tool.
Oh, it's a tool.
Yeah, it's a prying tool.
Prying. Okay. So the blue one, what is
The blue one is the casing. It's the rubber casing to
okay.
support the hard drive.
Okay. The hard drive you have changed, or it was like the way it was before?
No. It was originally a mechanical hard drive, 5,400 RPM. That hard drive was there. I replaced it to upgrade it to the SSD.
Oh, okay. So you have replaced it.
Yes, but it was like almost more than 2 years since I touched this laptop. So as you can see, there are I spotted more screws actually hiding below the hard disk. So we'll have to open more screws. Okay. So this way, I'm just figuring out where rest of the screws are. I'm opening as I find them. So the and I also disconnected the hard disk connector, as you can see. Now I think that's pretty much it. Let's see, but there could be more screws, but let's see. So yeah, so I'm just trying to slightly use the prying tool to lift to see if I can lift it properly, but looks like there is still some more screws. And I think after doing little research I found couple more screws, so we'll open more screws. So if you see uh, there are more screws. See, that is one there, which was also part of the back panel. There's one more close to the memory the wireless module, and there is another one on the speaker.
So where is the speaker?
Here on the back side in the black color, that one.
Oh,
yes.
that one. Oh.
So you see this one. So there are two more screws there. So I open up all of them. Now the fun part. Even after opening all these, still there are some more hidden screws. So you will be surprised where it is. I don't want to spoil it, but stay tuned to figure it out.
So almost how many screws you think? Like approximately 30, 20?
Maybe I will give you the final count later, but it has to be more than around 20 screws or something like that.
All screws are like similar, right?
Not similar. They all have a grading or numbering, and each goes to a particular location. That means each hole is designated with a number.
Oh, so it's not like that all screws are similar. That's you just exchange all these screws. Like, you can do that, right?
You cannot do that.
Oh.
Particularly in Dell laptops, in nowadays, all screws are same. But in this HP laptop, I found that
old one.
they are having multiple kind of
varieties.
screws. Some are little longer, some are little shorter.
Oh, but in the new Dell laptop,
Dell laptop was so easy to open. My God, it's really easy. It just pop all the screws out and that's all. It's so easy.
So you opened a Lenovo? No, you have opened HP and Dell. And Lenovo have you opened?
No, I have never opened Lenovo laptop. Sony Vaio I have opened.
Sony.
I have replaced the motherboards in Sony Vaio. Cards and so many things. Some laptops are little.
So which one is more tough? Which laptop?
I think Dell is the easiest one.
Oh, no, that's just similar to.
Yeah, Sony Vaio and these are complicated. Not complicated. It's just that's how it was designed at that time, right? They don't want to give you the complete full access to the motherboard. They just have. I mean, it's easy. Just you open the. If you need to deal with battery, just open the battery. If you just need to replace a hard disk, just open that one. You don't have to remove the whole back panel.
And also nowadays they are also building the laptop in such a way that you can change the SSD and upgrade the RAM. Like these also they are doing the laptop, right?
That was every time, always there.
But this laptop you have changed the RAM, increased the RAM, right?
I have increased the RAM. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But before, in some laptop, you can't do that. That's what I'm saying. Like it's inbuilt. If it's in.
Oh, you're saying that soldered motherboard. Okay. Yeah. In some laptops, nowadays also there are some laptops where the memory modules are soldered to the motherboard, so that you don't have the opportunity to upgrade it at all.
So then you have to deal with this lower configuration.
Yeah, you will be stuck with that. But that's what you have to ensure, and you have to ask. Sometimes even the sales representatives, they don't know, so they don't guide you properly. They will tell you no, you cannot upgrade, but sometimes you can. Oh, now you see this. Who will know? There will be screws. Because I figured it out, because when I was trying to lift it, it was sticking there, getting stuck there. So I was thinking definitely there has to be some screws. So it will be a little tough because it is glued to the back. So you will open it up and then you will see, oh, there are more screws.
Oh.
But keep in mind, because I have done it for you, if someone else is watching, they should do it without trying to lift it so hard, otherwise they will break their laptop because there are additional screws there.
But I would suggest nobody should open their laptop unless they are like pros, because I don't think it's like good idea to open your laptop if you don't know.
I mean, if you don't know, and also if you don't want to void your warranty.
Yeah. If it's an old laptop, it's okay.
Because this laptop is already 4 years probably old.
4
already.
or 2? I think 2.
I don't know. It's probably 3-4 years
3
old.
years. Oh.
4 years old, and that's why around.
Mm-hmm.
I can play with it. That's what I mean.
Mm-hmm. But this laptop is working
Now, if
perfectly
you see,
fine.
this laptop will come off.
Oh no, sorry.
So the trick is there are 2 screws which are on hiding under the glue actually.
Oh.
So you have to be, and it's difficult to take out the glue. And if you see this hard disk connector, ensure that it is going through the slot. The it is connected to the motherboard, but it is you have to pass it through the slot like this, so that ensure before putting the cover back you do this thing, otherwise you will run into issues. So you just have to disconnect that one. Yep.
Oh.
Okay, now you can see the picture of the back, and once I remove the back panel you will see what how it looks at the inside of it. So we'll have some pictures here to showcase all the internals. And this just shows how it is pretty much the motherboard and all the components. This is the wireless module that I was talking, the white color, and this is the fan which is so dirty. We will just try to clean it up, and that's pretty much it. And this connector, that's what I am just connecting right now. This, if you remove, the keyboard will stop working, so we'll have to work with that one and the other one. See, I'm touching 2 connectors there. These 2 if you remove, then the keyboard connection. If you want to disconnect your internal keyboard, you just disconnect these 2.
Oh,
then it will disconnect the internal keyboard. And later if you want to replace your keyboard, that's another video we can do. But in this video we want to open it up, see some issue, so clean up the fan and disconnect the internal keyboard, because we are using external keyboard and the internal keyboard having some issues. So this is how you can do actually.
So you disconnect the keyboard, right? Yeah, because I'm using the external keyboard.
Now you can reconnect back the same way that we disconnected. So the trick here is first try to connect the hard disk cable. I mean, don't forget to do that, otherwise you will be stuck. Once it's connected, it's difficult actually. Once you put back the uh, cover, it's tough. So just keep in mind those things. Like this, put the hard disk connector and then connect it to the motherboard. Okay.
Okay, so this is like.
This is how the hard disk connector looks. Just to have a close-up view, we just have to slide it into the slot in the motherboard, but just wanted to show how the hard disk connector looks in this hole. I put it this in this hole.
looks. This is the keyboard connector.
So this looks like there's so much of dust on the fan, and we'll try to clean it up. Although we opened the laptop to see the internals and disconnect the keyboard connector, as you can see, I'm removing the keyboard connection. There are two connections that we have to remove. One is that one, and the next one is just next to that one. You can see the next one, right? While we are at it, we also see that um, the processor fan is very dirty. We'll also clean it up before putting back together.
So after 4 years, we are cleaning the laptop.
Yeah, see, yeah, it's a black dust. Now we can see this is the wireless module that we're talking about.
So this one is the dirty fan that we have to clean, right?
Yeah.
So now it's all clean.
Yep, as you can see, it's all clean now. I use the hair dryer to clean all the dust particles as much as possible. So our objective is fulfilled. We disconnected the internal keyboard and wanted to show you guys how the internals look for this laptop and what are the upgrade options. As I mentioned, I upgraded the hard disk and the RAM and the wireless card. So that's about it, and we'll just put back the back cover right now.
Now and close the laptop.
Yes.
And we'll see whether it's working or not.
Yeah, we have. As you can see, I will be using some black tape just to keep the keyboard connection disconnected, but at the same time glued to the motherboard so that it does not stay there and create some problem because there are so many electronics components. I just don't want it to touch anything else, so I'm just putting some black tapes there just to keep that connector not moving and then stay in place.
So now we follow the exactly same sequence as we open the laptop, and we'll close it.
So before connecting all the screws, I would like to give it a try with just connecting the hard disk to see if the laptop powers on. If it does, then I will go ahead and connect all the 16 or 12 screws. So before doing that, I'll just connect one or two screws just to keep the back plate intact, and then just see if the computer boots. If it does, then I will connect all other screws. So as you can see now, I will try to boot the laptop.
Yeah, that's a good idea because I don't want you to connect all the screw and we'll check if the laptop is not working. Then again we have to remove all the screws. So
Yes.
that's yeah, that's a good idea that we have to check it before
So I'm
using.
just putting the battery right now back in place, but I still did not put all the screws. As you know,
Mm.
I'm trying to test it out. So once I put it back, slowly I will lift the laptop, and then I will try to open it up, and I'll try to power it on. Let's see if it opens up. Yeah.
Yeah, now it's working. Yay, good job.
Yes, as you can see, it is. I can see the display. Now I can see the HP logo. So somewhat relief. I just want to see that theoretically nothing should happen, but you never know. If some disconnections miss, then you might not be able to see the display and some problem. But yeah, it looks like things are working, and then I have the Windows is there, and see when I'm pressing the keyboard is not working because that's what I wanted, the internal keyboard to be completely disconnected. But as you can see, the touchpad is what still working.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so that's all. See, the keyboard is not working, that's what I wanted, and the touchpad is still working.
Oh, okay.
Yep, that's all, and we'll now screw the rest of the screws. As you can see, this is the battery component, and this is the close-up view of that one. This is the battery connector, as you can see, and all the screws that we have connected. There is a number for all kinds of screws here. This is the wireless module. This is designated as M2 2.5. So this is how all the screws will have a number, so that you can use that number to figure out what kind of screw will go into what hole. Okay, so these are this is the way you can. Yeah, as you can see, this is the hard disk connector. It's a close-up view. So the blue color should be on the top. When you connect back, you just slide it in and then push it, it will just connect. This is the hard disk. It's 850 euro Samsung 500 gig. This is the wireless module. We discussed that before, and as you can see, these are all the screws. This is the screw which was stuck or hidden behind the glue. That's all, and each of the screws will have a numbering system, so that they all follow what kind of screw goes into what hole. So that's pretty much it.
I hope you guys enjoy this video. If you like it, please do like, share and subscribe my channel. See you in the next video. Bye bye.